So Latashana 2, how's everyone today? Okay, I'm going to let you go get your Bibles. Let me give you a minute. I want you to read with me first book of the Bible. You don't have to look for it. Genesis, first chapter. Okay, let me know when you got it. We're going to start reading at verse 21. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth with the waters brought forth abundance after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. God said, and God saw that it was good. Okay? And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creatures after his kind, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and cattle and their kind after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. So why did I stress this saying after his kind? Everything was made after their kind. What did that mean? That means there was no intermixing or what they call hybrids, no intermingling. Each species was pure, what they call original. So shouldn't man be the same? If God, since God, it said, I'm saying what the Bible is saying. I'm asking questions. I'm not saying to be an authority on anything. I'm just giving my opinion of what God's saying here. Well, what they say God said, okay? And this book has some authority because millions of people live by it. So that's why I'm using the Bible. And it speaks to the point that I'm making. If you hang on to the end, I'm making a point here. Just give me another minute and you'll get the point I'm making. Since all these things are made after their kind, meaning they are not mixing up any intermixing of what we would call among people integrating. I haven't got the man yet. But let me see what man does it say after that. Let's see if they said it man. Okay, yeah. So it stands to reason this all these creeping things and was created after their kind. meaning there was no intermingling of species. There was the same type of birds, bees, fowl. And you can see that in nature. Don't you see all geese of their kind flocking together? Don't you see all birds of their kind flocking together? Every species does that. So what's wrong with this guy, uh, Jonathan Majors, going outside of God's commandments? He's not with his kind. So he's guilty. We're greater than the birds and the bees. So God didn't have to tell us to do that. We just look at nature. So I thought that was something I need to go through. And maybe it save someone else from suffering by going against God's commandment. Somebody's lied to y'all, telling y'all you can go against God's commandments and have a successful life. You can't do it. So yes, you're guilty. JM, you're guilty because you went against God's commandment. I hope you've learned your lesson. You should be grateful that you learned that lesson. You're still a young man. So let that lesson take you throughout life. Everybody loves to be with their own kind. So why did you do that? Well, that's the point I'm making. Thank you for standing with me to the end. And like I say, this is what God said. Yeah, you can see this is the old Bible. I've been reading this Bible for a minute. So, go back and read those verses. Chapter 1, verses 20 through 26, where God stresses all these creatures, living creatures and fowls and birds and creeping things were made. Everything was made after their kind. After their kind. After their kind. That means it was not integrated. There was no integration. That's the point I'm making.